There have always been dramatic recouplings, savage arguments, and emotional breakdowns on Love Island. But what I'm about to show you is on a completely different level. These are the moments when the Islanders stopped looking for love and accidentally created some of the funniest television Britain has ever produced. Love Island is supposed to test relationships. Instead, it has also tested political knowledge, vocabulary, parenting skills, and whether a grown man can remember that somebody is already sitting down.
We're about to prove the naysayers wrong. Step aside, Radio 4, as we deliver some cold, hard politics. Georgia, if you will.
The first one that comes to mind for me involved Hayley Hughes attempting to understand Brexit. The conversation happened during the 2018 season when the Islanders briefly took a break from discussing relationships to discuss Britain leaving the European Union.
What do you think about Brexit?
What's that?
Where we're leaving the European Union.
It was a bold experiment, and it lasted approximately 60 seconds. Georgia Steele explained that Brexit could affect trade and travel. Hayley listened carefully, processed the information, and immediately became concerned about the nation's trees. Once Georgia explained that the trees were probably safe, Hayley moved to the next national emergency.
So does that mean we won't have any trees?
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 Oh. No, that's got nothing to do with it, babe. That's weather.
Why wouldn't we have trees?
Holidays. She asked whether traveling might become more difficult before announcing that she loved her holidays. Most political programs require researchers, economists, and several hours of analysis. Love Island reduced Brexit to trees and cheap flights before everyone returned to grafting.
Doesn't it mean it would be harder to go to Spain and stuff?
So it'll be harder to go on holidays?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, I love my holidays.
Yeah.
The discussion did not clarify Britain's future relationship with Europe, but it did establish Hayley's priorities. Protect the forests, protect the holidays, and deal with the customs union later. Hayley may not have understood the European Union, but at least she did not spend the entire summer reminding everyone that she used to be in a boy band. Marcel Somerville entered the villa in 2017 with a secret. Unfortunately, it remained a secret for roughly 7 minutes. Marcel had been a member of Blazing Squad, a 10-person group that achieved several UK hits in the early 2000s. He initially acted as though he did not want to make a big deal about it. Then he told almost every person he met. The funniest part was not that Marcel mentioned it, it was the way he introduced the information like a reluctant confession, while clearly waiting for someone to ask a follow-up question.
Like around 15, 16, I used to be in a band, innit? Do you remember the Blazing Squad?
Oh my days, no way. Would you actually?
Yeah,
Some Islanders discussed their jobs, families, and romantic history. Marcel had 1/10 of Blazing Squad and intended to receive full value from it. The joke became so constant that the other Islanders started bringing it up for him. By the end of the series, Marcel no longer needed to mention the band.
I got Anita tell me.
When I was younger.
Fucking Blazing Squad. You heard of Blazing Squad? I heard what's Blazing Squad. See you at the crossroads.
His reputation entered each conversation several seconds before he did. He was also surrounded by Islanders young enough to react to the information with polite confusion, which only encouraged him to explain exactly how important Blazing Squad had been. But Marcel's musical history also inspired 2 other Islanders who had considerably more confidence than evidence. Chris Hughes and Kem Setney spent most of the 2017 season behaving like 2 schoolboys who had accidentally been allowed into an adults-only resort. They wrote songs, shaved their initials into each other's body hair, and turned their friendship into the most stable couple in the villa. Chris also believed that rapping could solve almost any social problem.
In front of 2,500 people. We sold it out. I was like, that's mad stat, innit?
After a tense recoupling separated Kem and Amber, the atmosphere became extremely uncomfortable. People were upset, arguments were developing, and nobody knew what to say. Chris had a solution. Nobody accepted. That might be the funniest part.
For that reason, the boy I'd like to couple up with is... Kem.
Chris offered the rap with the sincerity of a trained emergency negotiator, and the villa rejected him before he could finish warming up.
you want me to rap anyone? Lift the mood a bit.
No, we don't.
There was no hesitation in his voice. He genuinely believed that an improvised verse might repair several damaged relationships at once. It did not lift the mood inside the villa, but it has lifted the mood of Love Island viewers for years. Chris could make a tense recoupling funny with one sentence. His arguments with Olivia Atwood required even fewer words. Chris and Olivia were one of the most entertaining couples of the 2017 season because every conversation could become either a declaration of love or a constitutional crisis. During one bedroom argument, Olivia announced that she was finished with the conversation. Chris told her to sit back down. There was only one problem. She was already sitting.
I'm done with the conversation now.
Sit back down.
I'm sad.
Oh,
Sit back down.
I'm sad.
There was no comeback available after that. Chris had issued an instruction that Olivia had completed before he gave it. The exchange lasted seconds, but Olivia's delivery made it immortal. She did not shout. She simply informed him of the physical reality of the situation. Love Island arguments usually involve accusations, tears, and 5 people listening from the terrace. This one was defeated by furniture. Chris and Olivia eventually continued arguing, but the audience had already received everything it needed. Still, sitting down safely is more than Dr. Alex George managed during the 2018 Baby Challenge. Every season, the Islanders are given fake babies to test how they might cope as parents. The dolls cry, the couples panic, and at least one Islander begins taking the challenge far too seriously. In 2018, the boys decided that responsible fatherhood should involve a pram race.
Yeah. Well, go! Oh, he's flying. Right.
Dr. Alex was an actual medical doctor, which should have made him the safest person in the villa. Instead, he tripped while running and launched the plastic baby out of the pram. The collision was so dramatic that it looked less like a parenting challenge and more like the opening scene of a hospital documentary. Fortunately, the child was plastic. Unfortunately, Alex's professional credibility was not. The other boys reacted with the level of concern expected from close friends. They laughed immediately. Alex had entered the villa hoping to find romance and improve the public image of doctors. Instead, he became the only physician in Love Island history to require medical supervision from a doll. Somehow, the fake baby survived the incident without requesting a new parent or filing a formal complaint with the General Medical Council. And that was still not the strangest performance involving an Alex. During the 2017 talent show, Jamie Jewett decided to sing while playing guitar. Jamie was calm, talented, and irritatingly competent at almost everything. His partner, Alex Beatty, apparently felt the performance needed something more. While Jamie sang, Alex removed his shirt and performed a lap dance beside him. It was less a duet and more 2 completely unrelated television programs sharing the same stage.
I mean,
Kem's review was perfect because nobody understood Alex's part. Jamie had supplied the music. Alex had supplied movement, confusion, and a powerful argument for rehearsals.
I'm in here, no girl on my arm, she's that picky money girl with the ice cream charm. When I came in the villa, all 6 guys on her, must I help when I put
The performance did not answer what Alex's talent actually was, unless the talent was distracting an audience from a perfectly good song. Jamie continued singing as though a shirtless man was not attempting to seduce the furniture beside him. That level of concentration may explain why he reached the final. Alex tried to improve a performance nobody had asked him to improve. Curtis Pritchard later tried to improve the villa's mornings, whether anyone wanted him to or not. Curtis and Amy Hart appeared to be one of the strongest couples during the first half of the 2019 season. Amy wanted affection, reassurance, and the occasional morning cuddle. Curtis wanted to operate a small coffee shop. During the conversation that exposed the problems in their relationship, Amy questioned why Curtis jumped out of bed every morning instead of spending time with her. His response instantly became part of Love Island history. It was difficult to argue with the commitment.
In the morning, if someone likes you, they want to have a cuddle in bed with you in the morning.
I know, and I also want to be the person that gets up and makes everyone a coffee so everyone's ready for the morning.
Okay.
Curtis may have been uncertain about Amy, but his relationship with the kettle remained completely exclusive. He spoke as though the villa would collapse without him providing emergency caffeine. There were dozens of microphones, multiple producers, and an entire catering operation, but apparently only one man stood between the islanders and an unprepared morning. Amy wanted a boyfriend. Curtis wanted to become Employee of the Month at a cafe that did not exist. Coffee was at least a subject Curtis understood. The boys of the Winter 2020 series attempted something much more ambitious: feminism. Ched Uzor led the discussion, while Finn Tapp, Luke Trotman, and the other boys tried to explain what feminism meant. The conversation began with confidence and quickly became an educational emergency.
Yes or no? Am I a feminist?
Are you putting us under the bus? Are you being serious?
I'm a feminist, but... What? Okay, I know I'm feminist.
It was a historic moment for equality and an extremely difficult moment for pronunciation. The men agreed that women should receive equal treatment, which was encouraging. They were less successful at identifying the word for people who believe that. Finn eventually created feminist, sounding like a political movement dedicated entirely to adding extra syllables. Ched had already produced one of the season's greatest conversations while trying to compliment Jess Gale. He used the word "like" so many times that his sentence began eating itself. The discussion proved that the Islanders did have serious conversations. It also proved that perhaps those conversations required subtitles, a dictionary, and an independent moderator. But at least the boys were trying to discuss a serious subject. David Saint-Clemente could make people laugh during an argument that appeared seconds away from requiring security. David and Ekin-Su became the defining couple of the 2022 season, but their path towards winning was not exactly peaceful. Early in the series, Ekin-Su secretly crawled across the terrace to kiss Jay.
Were you on the terrace with her before?
With Ekin-Su?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When David discovered what happened, he confronted her in front of the villa. The argument was genuine, but David's delivery transformed it into theater. Most people become less articulate when angry. David became an Italian awards presenter. He did not merely accuse Ekin-Su of lying. He reviewed her performance, identified her profession, and removed her from the building. He later told her that she deserved an Oscar, completing the first Love Island argument to include acting criticism and an awards campaign.
It's Mr. Perfect.
I'm just in shock.
Did I hurt your ego? You
telling
don't
you
care
that you are a
about
liar.
You don't care about me.
You are
Another
a
guy
liar.
walks in here
Now I
with
don't give a
muscle.
shit about you. Don't
Oh,
worry.
really?
Yeah, I don't give a shit
You
about
never
you.
did give a shit about me.
The relationship somehow recovered, and they eventually won the series. Apparently, being called a liar and actress was simply the first stage of their courtship. David produced the season's most theatrical line, but Andrew Lepage delivered its most unforgettable confession. Andrew and Tasha Gosuri were tested during Casa Amor. Tasha returned with Billy Brown, while Andrew recoupled with Coco Lodge after the other boys convinced him that Tasha had been taking advantage of him. Andrew initially admitted that he and Coco had kissed. Then more details began emerging. Coco revealed that their connection had gone further, forcing Andrew to explain himself to Tasha. He chose the calmest possible summary.
Licked her tit or whatever, and before it comes out with anyone else, I wanted to tell you.
Andrew, I literally gave you an opportunity to be
I'm not
honest.
I didn't fucking remember that.
What do you mean remember that?
The or whatever did extraordinary work. Andrew described an extremely specific action and then attempted to file it under miscellaneous. Tasha's response was the only available response. She had entered the conversation expecting additional information and instead received a sentence nobody in Britain was emotionally prepared to process. Andrew's delivery made it sound as though he could not remember whether the incident happened, even though it was difficult to confuse with ordinary small talk. The confession became one of the most quoted lines in Love Island history. Andrew and Tasha eventually reconciled and remained together, proving that true love can survive Casa Amor, public humiliation and television's least convincing use of the phrase, or whatever. So, those were 10 of the funniest moments in Love Island history. To be fair, most of them were not meant to be funny. Haley genuinely wanted to protect the trees, Curtis genuinely believed the morning coffee operation depended on him, and Andrew genuinely hoped 2 additional words could make his confession less specific. But not every funny moment happens by accident. Over the years, the Islanders have performed terrible talents, created ridiculous pranks, and produced challenges that should never have survived a production meeting. I wanted to uncover more of those moments, So I made a video on the most dramatic Love Island moments of all time. And as always, thank you for watching.